In the last video, we started looking at FlexTime editing in its most basic form by using the Flex tool to simply compress or expand individual syllables on the vocals that we have in this new section here. In this video, we're going to look at Flex mode in a little more detail. We're going to look at slicing mode and how to turn on Flex View and how to bring in a drum loop at a different tempo and conform it to work in this project at the tempo that this project is set at. I'm going to start by hitting B to open our audio bin, and I want to import a drum loop that I have. I'm going to go Control F to add audio file, and you can get to it from under the menu here, but I like the shortcut Control F. And I've already got it navigated to a library of some loops, and I like this loop that I have selected. We can audition it here. It's got a little bit of a swing to it, but it's at 95 beats per minute. So let me go add, and I'm going to bring it into our session. There it is. And I'm going to drag it underneath and create a new track. Just by means of dragging it to the bottom of the track list, it'll generate a new track. And I'm going to hide that by hitting B. And let's just listen to this, and it's going to sound out of time now. Let me lower the volume a little bit and listen with the click and with the other vocals.
Give me someone to hold tight. Give me some.
All right, so we can see it's not working. All right, let's see what we can do about this. I'm going to turn on Flex View. We can get to it by key command or under the View menu, Flex View, and Command F is the default key command. And this enables now a Flex mode view. And if I expand the tracks, I'm going to zoom, we'll see that this new mode turns on and off. Let's turn this off, and you'll see it defaults to a regular view. But when it's on, we get Flex mode view, and this is already set to monophonic, that track that we had already edited in the last video, or rather that region that we edited. And those are flex markers that are in place from where we edited, but they were generated automatically with the Flex tool. Here what we're going to do is we're going to select the mode here, we're going to go slicing, and it analyzes this file now and creates transient detection markers. Let me zoom this a little bit bigger, and you'll see these light gray lines underneath. These orange markers are flex markers, but the lines underneath represent the transient detection algorithm and detects where transients are in the file. So back to this drum loop. With this selected now, I know that it's a 4-bar loop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our regular trim tool. I'm going to hold down Option and drag it out to reach the exact end of the bar. I can see in my info tag that it's exactly 4 bars long now. I'm going to release it. And now it's automatically been expanded to fit the new tempo and have it be exactly 4 bars long at this tempo. And the color of the waveform has changed, indicating that there's been some expansion done to the loop. So let's listen now, and it should all match.
Give me someone to hold tight. Give me someone who makes it feel so right.
How cool is that? Let me just go back to our default pointer tool. I'm going to option drag this and loop it for the next 4 bars. But basically, we brought in an audio drum loop that was at a different tempo, brought it into the arrange window, turned on Flex mode by going under the View menu and putting Flex View on. And then for this specific track, selected slicing, which works great for this type of rhythmic material. And then by virtue of the transient marker detection algorithm, it detected all the slice points. And then I could simply option drag the end of the region and have it fit. Now, I should say that I can do this without going into Flex mode. I could have brought it in as is and simply option dragged the region and have it recalculate the audio file and apply time compression expansion algorithms to it. But this offers us a lot more flexibility. This is non-destructive. It doesn't actually alter the file and gives us flexibility to work with the individual slices. Now, you may have noticed in the last video that when we were working with the Flex tool, the tool changed depending where we're positioned in the lane. Now, on top, we get this single sort of golf tee kind of look where it creates a single flex marker when you click on it. But down lower, we get a triple golf tee kind of icon. And when you click there, it creates 3 flex markers. It creates one right on the transient that you're clicking on, and then one extra on each outside transient to the left and right of the middle slice. That way you can alter the timing of the middle slice without going beyond the boundaries of the transient preceding and following the one that you're editing. Now that sounds complicated, but let me show you how this works, because now that we're in Flex View, we can actually see how these flex markers are working. Let's listen to this.
Give me someone to hold tight.
Let's zoom in on that. And I'm going to click down here and create a triple flex marker. So now I can move the timing of the middle one and not have it affect the outer ones. And you'll notice the color change as the audio is getting expanded or contracted. You see the vague outline here of how this is colored because we had stretched that one in the last video. And the degree of the color saturation reflects the degree that there's time compression or expansion going on. Let me shorten this one. And now we'll try and get a bit of a swung feel to this.
Give me someone to hold tight.
So someone is longer than to hold tight is kind of closer together.
Give me someone to hold tight.
So it makes it kind of like a dotted eighth and 16th, a bit exaggerated. To hold tight is really close. Let's do another one. Let's go here.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
Let's click another triple one right in there, and let's see what that'll do.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
Undo was a little too much. Let's try something in the middle like that.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
So I kind of straightened it out. I'm going to hit undo. I don't really like that one. I'll leave the marker there. It doesn't really matter. It's not doing any damage.
It feels so right.
Let's put a triple one down there. And let's see what happens with this.
Makes it feel so right.
Command Z. No, don't like that. But I think you see where I'm going with this. Let's go to the end and let's see what we can put in here.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
Triple marker.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
Again, that kind of swung kind of vibe to it. I like that.
Someone who makes it feel so right.
Makes you feel so right. That you feel is really close together. Let me zoom in and you'll see the color saturation here, indicating that these have been affected by flex time editing. So that's it. Let me zoom back out. That wraps it up for this video and our little introduction to flex time editing. So just to summarize, we turned on flex view over here, and then we brought in a drum file. It was at a different tempo. We turned on slicing mode, and we had it analyze the transients. And then once that was done, it was a simple matter of option dragging to have it fit the amount of bars that fit the length of the loop. And it was automatically time expanded so that each slice, you'll see when I zoom in here, each slice is colored here because expansion was applied evenly throughout the whole region to make it fit the time that we needed it to fit. And then we created some markers up here by means of going into the lower zone where we get this triple marker mode versus the single marker mode up high, which is what we used last video. And we weren't viewing the markers. We were just using the flex tool to create them. So that's it. That's an intro to flex view and flex time editing. Have fun, experiment, stay tuned, and I'll see you for more next time.